Alright, so in this video, we're looking at differentiation of powers, sums, and differences, maybe more, depending on how long the video is. So I did cover differentiation of powers in a previous video. If you have f of x equal x to the n power, then f prime of x is gonna be equal to the power multiplied by, or the quotient multiplied by the power, and the power will be one less, right? So to make that clearer, if we have say 3x to the 7 power, we're going to multiply our power by the coefficient. That's going to give us 21, and then we're going to less the power by 1, so that will be 7 minus 1, which will be 6. Easy, right? How can this be complicated? If you have something that is in, let's do a fraction first. Let's say y is equal to x to the 3/7 power. And then dy, that means we're differentiating y with respect to x, dy by dx, another notation for differentiation. Then dy by dx would be 3/7 times x and 3/7 minus 1, which would be negative 4/7. Easy, right? Pause and write fluid right. Let's look at another example. Let's say y is root x. Then the first thing that we have to do is to rewrite this, all this express radical as a power. So we would rewrite this as y equal x to the half power. Square root is half power. And then you differentiate. So dy by dx is equal to half x to the half minus 1 power, which would be negative half, right? So the original power is half minus 1 is negative half. Use a calculator to verify. Hopefully it reminds you of y. Alright, so that's it for power. Let's look at sum and differences. Let's say we have f of x equals 6x to the 7th power plus 4x to the 3rd power minus 2/x squared. And we're asked to differentiate. Alright, so we want to find f prime of x. So what we would be doing is differentiating each of these separately or all at once. But really and truly it will be separately all at once. Let's see what that means. So we're going to differentiate 6x to the 7th power, multiply the power by the coefficient, so that's 7, 6, 42, and less the power by 1, so 42 to x to the 6th power. Then we differentiate the next one. 3 times 4, 12, less the power by 1, so 12x squared. And then we have 2/x squared. So I should have really simplified that part first before differentiating. So let's do that down here. 2x squared, we want it to look like what we want it to look like. That would be the same as 2 multiplied by x to the negative 2 power. Hopefully you remember law of indices. If you have a power or an index in the denominator of a fraction, then you can rewrite it, get it out of the fraction, but the power will then be negative. So this is the same as 2 times 1/x squared, which is the same as 2 times x to the negative 2 power. Alright, so this is what we're going to be differentiating. So multiply our power by our coefficient, and we have, this is negatives, right? This would be -2. So -2 times -2, that's 4x. -2, 1 less than -2 will be -3. And that would be our answer. Alright, so that's it for sum and difference. I'm gonna do one more. Let's say that y is equal to x cubed plus 1 over x to the 5th power minus 2 root x. So you want to express everything as a power. Alright? So the x cubed is okay, it's normal. We write 1 over x to the 5th power as a power, not a fraction. It would become x to the -5th power. Law of indices, fractional index law. And then this one, as I showed you in the last example, root x is the same as x to the 1/2 power. Alright, so everything is okay. Now we differentiate. So now we're going to have dy by dx equals 3x squared minus 5x to the -6th power. -6 minus 1 is -5. -5 minus 1 is -6, alright? And then that will be half times -2. So half of 2 is 1. So that will be -1x, and half minus 1 is -1/2. And that is differentiated. And if you want to write it back in the form that they gave you, then dy by dx will be 3x squared minus 5 over x to the 6th power. So now that the 6 is in the x to the 6th power, -6 power is in the denominator, it becomes +6, right? Minus over root x. Why is it 1 over? Because of the negative in the half. So if the half was positive, it would just be minus root x. But because the half is negative, it's 1 over root x. Alright. So I hope you learned. Leave a comment to let me know if you actually understand, and possibly what I can do to make it more understandable. Alright, thank you.